الله وبركاته.
وعليكم السلام.
بسم الله والحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه وبعد. Inshallah, today's dua is from Surah Al-Kahf, verse number 10, and that is رَبَّنَا آتِنَا مِن لَدُنْكَ رَحْمَةً وَهَيِّئْ لَنَا مِنْ أَمْرِنَا رَشَدًا, which means, O Allah, we ask you, Rabbana means, O our Lord, we ask you for mercy from yourself, and وَهَيِّئْ لَنَا, and usher us, guide us, show us to a matter which is the most correct. Now, since this dua is from Surah Al-Kahf, can someone guess who made this dua? Ashab al-Kahf, yeah. So who were the Ashab al-Kahf? They were the youth, right? إِذْ أَوَى الْفِتْيَةُ إِلَى الْكَهْفِ فَقَالُوا رَبَّنَا. So Allah is saying the fitya, meaning the youth, when they fled and they were going towards the cave, that is when they made this dua. Now, today's dua is particularly important. Why? Because this is supposed to be made when you feel that the world is restricting you, you are having difficulty practicing deen, and also this dua is supposed to be made when a person is dealing with temptations, whether that those temptations are of anything, right? Of money, of greed, of power, whatever temptation you can think of. They are dealing with that difficulty and challenge, and at the same time, you feel that the world is constricting you, it's restricting you. The things are not ideal for you to practice your deen, your religion. Why? Because we go and try to learn from the story of Ashab al-Kahf. Who were they? They were trying to flee a community where the king had ordered everyone to obey him, but they said no. And subhanallah, what was in their power? In their power was to flee, and their power was to leave. And they were being chased after. And where did they go and hide? In a cave. That was the best thing they could do. And then what happened? We all know what happened. They fell asleep for how many years?
300 years.
309 years, right? 309 years they were made to sleep. And subhanAllah, this is one of the miracles of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So why is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala telling us this story? That as long as there is some resolve to practice deen, as long as there's some will, whatever steps you take, you need to take those steps and then trust Allah. Today, one of the biggest excuses that we hear is, the day and age we're living in, it's difficult to avoid haram. It's difficult to practice deen. It's difficult to entirely embrace the religion. But subhanAllah, you have so many examples of people who are born here, who are raised here. Subhanallah, just in Taraweeh a couple of days ago, there was this 8-year-old kid standing right beside me, memorized 14 juz. So there are always examples. There are always examples. And these examples are from within our own community that we can take, we can be inspired of. Whoever has this intention of practicing deen, and then, who can rise above the comments and the hearsay and the noise which people put out, that, oh, what will happen? What will people say to you? It's practically impossible. You are trying to pray 5 times a day in the masjid. How will you do your other duties of this world? Well, there has to be some sort of balance between deen and dunya. Of course, when you practice deen, there is already that balance which is built in. So you have to trust Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So when you think there's no other option, do what you can do. And Allah is saying, وَمَن يَتَّقِ اللَّهَ يَجْعَلْ لَهُ مَخْرَجًا. You trust Allah, you have this taqwa of Allah, because at some point and stage in your life, you will have to take that leap of faith. What is that leap of faith? Trust. Okay, oh Allah, I can go only this far. Now you open the door for me. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants us to take that step. But that initial step has to be initiated by us. Right? A lot of times we get scared thinking about the second step, which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has to do, which is to open the doors. We say, no, the door is always closed, that's why I can't even take the first step. So from the story of Ashab al-Kahf, these youth, what is it telling us? They took that initial step. They didn't know what their future was going to be. They didn't even know if they were going to be saved or not saved. They didn't know what the outcome would be. But they went. They fled. And then while they're fleeing, they're saying, رَبَّنَا آتِنَا مِن لَدُنْكَ رَحْمَةً. O Allah, grant us your mercy. وَهَيِّئْ لَنَا مِنْ أَمْرِنَا رَشَدًا. And then usher us. وَهَيِّئْ لَنَا, meaning there's a hastiness to it. O Allah, right away, quickly show us the most upright path. So Amrina means our matters, and Rashada comes from the word rushd, means some sort of maturity, some sort of sensibility, some sort of matter which is the most best, what is the best option in that scenario. And you know, subhanAllah, another thing that this dua teaches us, and along with all the du'as that we have been learning from Quran al-Kareem, usually they invoke some sort of names of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, some attributes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, some ask from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right? So for example, Rabbil Ghfir Warham wa anta khayrul rahimin. Oh Allah, forgive me. Oh Allah, have mercy on me, because you are the best one who shows mercy, right? So innaka anta samiul alim, innaka tawwabur rahim. Oh Allah, you are the one who accepts repentance. You are the one who hears and knows everything. So this desperation, this humility, this ask that is presented, it's not dived into it right away, but you're invoking, oh Allah, because you're so merciful, so guide us and show us what is the best option in this matter. All right? So again, the day and age we are living in, no doubt there are challenges. No doubt it is difficult, right? But let us not be hesitant to take that first step, thinking what will happen on the second or the third step. Remember, second and third step, Allah will take care of us. But the first step has to be initiated by us. All right, so this dua again is easy to learn. You can divide this into 2 parts. Altogether, there are how many words? 10 words. So 5 words in each part. So the first part would be Rabbana Atina Min Ladunka Rahma. 5 words. Second part would be Wahayyi Lana Min Amrina Rashada. So it's really simple. There is a method to memorize these du'as. You have the entire day to practice it. And if again, there is a will, there is a way. Alright, so let's repeat this to learn this. And inshallah, hopefully we can all try to incorporate these du'as in our daily habit. Rabbana Atina Min Ladunka Rahma Wahayyi Lana Min Amrina Rashada. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala accept from all of us.